Hello everyone and welcome back to PRL, and yes, it's on my channel again. The YouTube didn't get sorted out in time, so I've just had to do it on my channel again. Starting slightly later because I felt like the recording sessions are a bit too long, but yeah, we're back with PRL at China this time, and as you can see at the moment we've got most of the guys actually setting times on the ultra softs, and everyone knows that the ultra softs within the first 4 to 5 laps do die off. But at the moment, Haribo in pole with a 29.8, Extend it in second with a 30 flat, Neo in third with a 30.2, Haribo's teammate Michael with a 30.2, then we've got Spine in fifth, 2,000ths behind Michael in fifth place, Calic in sixth, Skeven in seventh, Opt-in, I think. Well, his lap was set on the softs, but he's now come out on a fresh set of ultras, and he'll be looking to hopefully challenge the top 6. And we've got Falcon, who's just about to set a lap, maybe? No, he isn't. So Falcon starting a lap. Now, Louis, who's reserving in the Red Bull in 9th place, and I know he's going to start on softs for a fact. Mitch just started a lap. Cantera just started a lap or out lap. Killer Blue in the pits in 12th, and from him downwards no one set a lap. So little news as well regarding the last race at Bahrain. For those that tuned in, you would have seen a terrible driving from Falcon, and he did indeed get a 1 lap penalty for his driving wheel to wheel with some of the drivers, and I think that dropped him to more or less last, so he basically got void from the race results, and everyone, not just Falcon, got a stern talking to, and basically said cut it out, race clean and fair, and just be smart, don't, race can't be won on lap 1, and when you're side by side with someone, just give them space, which is what we haven't really seen as much lately in this league, and I'm kind of disappointed with it. But nonetheless, after that stern word, let's hope these guys can keep it under control and produce some quality racing, which I know all of these guys are capable of. And that being said, still got 8 minutes left of quali, so I could have started this stream a lot later, but I know the guys are going to be panicking when the stream is, so I'm just going to look in the chat. We've got Alice Killer and Lewis Milan, so hello you two in the chat, hope you're both well, and to those that are just watching, hello. I've got Decky in the chat as well, the reigning champ, not racing tonight as well. Decky isn't, neither's Jeff, so the Haas team losing out on precious points for the constructors tonight, so hopefully Decky and Jeff can return next week and pick up some solid points for Haas. But at the moment it looks like a Ferrari P1 and P4, so at the moment Ferrari looking very strong, but as Decky said, Haribo has a tendency to be almost untouchable in qualifying, but when it comes to the race he does tend to spin, and that normally does mean that he leaves the session or does indeed retire. So I guess we'll see what happens, but got to extend it. Excuse me. First yawn of the night. So we got Extend It in second place, closest challenger to Haribo, so impressive pace from the American, and just as I say that, Michael goes and sets a 29.7, qualifies his teammate by exactly a tenth, and that is a Ferrari 1-2. So the next best team I'd say is the Toro Rosso team of Neo and Calic Wrist. So and Calic Neo's just actually gone third, and then we've got Sauber team. Extended just gone second again, so he splits them Ferraris. So Extended definitely been a thorn inside of them Ferraris, but just couldn't quite get the time. And look at this, Haribo bouncing back with a 29.6. So incredible lap times we're seeing here tonight. And you've got to feel that the likes of Doom, Lambo, Killer Blue aren't really going to be able to match the guys at the front. I know it says that Doom and Killer Blue are both on the soft tyres, so I think I know Louis for a fact is starting on softs, so Louis going to be going for an alternate strategy, and it should pay off if he can get off to a clean start and set a decent lap on softs. But let's go on board with Gary, the man, the myth, the legend himself. It was his birthday this week just gone, so happy birthday, Gary. Hope you had a good day, mate. Let's hope you can set a good time. But he goes off the track. Whether this is an outlap or not, I don't know. I think it is an outlap, so we'll let Gary off for that one, and he's actually coming back into the pits. So Gary's best lap, 31.8 on the set of softs. Not a bad lap from Gary, but Rick, his teammate, 6 tenths faster, or no, sorry, 5 tenths faster on the same compound. So Rick definitely on the pace today, but then from him upwards, all on the ultra soft, all in the 29s, and it's looking like it's going to be a two train race, top 5, and then from 6th maybe down to 10th and 11th, maybe might be another train, and then from 12th to last. Considering that these guys at the back don't set times, and this could be a 3 train race. But with 4 minutes left, my predictions for pole, I'm going to say, I feel like I'm going to go with Michael, purely because I think Michael will just pull it out the bag. But let's not forget the likes of Mitch and Falcon, who are both out on a set of soft tyres. So these two are going for the alternate strategy, as will be everyone else, well, outside the top 10. So you got Louis in 11th on, he must have done his lap on no ERS and lean. There's no way he set that lap legit. So Louis will go for the alternate strategy, as well as Falcon and Mitch. So it should be interesting to see where the likes of Falcon and Mitch can go compared to Rick, who set a 31.3. This is a FIFA chat. This is a F1 chat. But does he actually go for that much? Wow. Let me quickly check this. While qualifying's rounding down, nothing's really going on. We've got, who's that up ahead? That's Falcon. So we might see some slipstream coming into play from the Mercedes team. Now I know these two do work very well as a team, and they are in the same party together. I know that for a fact. So I think maybe Mitch is maybe going to give Falcon a bit of a tow, or he isn't. Okay, so let's quickly go with Mitch then. We'll see what he can set. I'm not going to stay on board with him. I'm going to go to broadcast view so we don't hear that tragic sound of the engine absolutely screaming. So I'll leave. I'll put my mic on mute and you can enjoy Mitch's lap. We hate to be bearer of bad news, mate, but Harry Maguire's worth 17k. As Mitch looks like a solid lap from him so far. Neo moves out of the way so it doesn't distract his lap. Excuse me. Oh, okay. So where's Falcon then? So Falcon is right by Mitch, so we might see some slipstream from. Oh, what has gone on here then? So I think Mitch was meant to give Falcon slipstream, but in the end it didn't actually end up giving him slipstream. So let's go with Falcon then, as he rounds the hairpin at the end of the back straight, getting on the throttle, not wanting to spin them rears too much. And now Falcon coming to the last corner on them soft tyres, getting a bit wide. That might be invalid, but I might have just got away with it. And Falcon goes only P11. with a 31.7. So let's see where Mitch has actually already set his lap. He set a 31.3. So Falcon 4 tenths off the pace of his teammate. And Haribo has left the session. And just as I say that, Skeven is off the road and in the gravel. And Skeven has indeed called it a day. He set his lap. Lambo's got a 5 place grid penalty for collision with a Lambo. And Lambo is sideways. So I don't know what's happened there. But Gary was off the road as well. Calic's going slow. And I think that's going to be the end of qualifying. As Lambo didn't actually get to set a lap time because of Neo's car, so maybe. But actually no, Louis actually setting a lap now on them soft tyres. He got the first lap invalid. So let's stay with the reserve driver, who is a very quick reserve at that. He done a couple of races last season and he was definitely up there with the top runners. As Haribo just been DDoSed, so hopefully Haribo you can join the session. You are starting pole because I don't think no one else can challenge you at the minute, mate. But Louis on a lap now, and Haribo has managed to join, so thank God he's managed to join now. So Louis on the soft tyres, the pressure's going to be on. He's going to want to get as far up the grid as possible. He's aiming for a 31.3 set by Mitch, and so far the lap looks quite clean from the rapid reserve that is Louis. But going for the Snell section now. Again, it's so hard to understeer your way out of here, but Louis manages it perfectly on that pad. And he's doing a fantastic job so far on this lap. Well, it looks quite clean anyway, but we've got Cantera as well and Doom. So let's go on board with Cantera, see where he goes when he crosses the line. He's on the softs as well, as you can see by the yellow strip tyres, and he's going to cross the line and he's going to go up to P7. 31.1, what a lap! Doom goes 8th with 31.2. So where does Louis go then? Louis goes 30.5. Ho. I thought Doom's and Cantera's lap was good, and then Louis just goes half a second quicker. Wow. But that is going to be the end of qualifying, and we will have a rundown of the grid once Calic readies up. So here it is then, the grid for the race. Haribo, Michael, Ferrari 1, 2. Dominant performance from these two. McStendit in 3rd, Spine in 4th, Neo in 5th, Skeven in 6th place. So only 2 tenths separating the top 6. You got Louis, first of the soft runners, in 7th place. Fantastic lap from him. Definitely could have been a contender for pole if he would have set his lap on a set of ultras. Cantera in 8th, Doom 9th, good start for the Williams guys, Mitch in 10th, Rick 11th, Calic 12th, Killer Blue 13th, Falcon 14th, Gary 15th, and Lambo rounds out the grid. So we are missing a couple guys tonight. Odems does indeed have work, so he isn't able to race tonight. So hopefully he can race next week and he can show what he's made of like he did at Bahrain. But yeah, my prediction for pole didn't exactly go the way I wanted it to. I did predict Michael, but it was indeed Haribo who got pole position. So while these guys pick their strategies, I'm going to quickly get a drink and then I'll be ready and raring to go for the formation lap. as a Ferrari of Haribo takes his spot. He was able to get in the session and is in his car, so that's good to see. And the game is working fine. So as we wait for the guys to line up, it's all going to be eyes on the Ferrari team going into turn 1. I know these two have a lot of respect for each other, so hopefully they show that going into turn 1. But as the last of the cars line up on the grid, we will get to lights out and we will see what happens in this Chinese Grand Prix. So here we are then, lights out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we're away. Haribo's got to a decent start, but already the Toro Rosso in the background wanting to make moves, and Haribo indeed does keep the lead from, I believe that's extend it, and Spine in third and fourth. To come round, first couple corners all look single file so far. Quickly go to broadcast view, see what's going on at the back of the grid. Want to see what tyres everyone's on, and yeah, Louis actually lost a place to Doom, and Louis is going to go around the outside. Oh, a slight wing damage there. I think that might be for Louis. It is. Louis got slight wing damage. That looked like decent to me. So Skeven will be laughing that up, as he will surely not be put under much pressure from the Red Bull reserve. And now Kalik around the outside of Louis, not willing to make that move, and oh, they're still side by side. Louis defends it quite well though. But as driving goes, that was very clean from the guys in the midfield, and especially at the front as well. A lot of respect shown. But extend it. Michael isn't going to have to tell off his teammate. He's already got a 1.2 second lead. So I said Haribo, once he gets in the groove and he gets a second lead, definitely up there. But Michael goes defensive on extend it into the hairpin. Extend it has to go a long way around. Michael will give him the space, but can't make the move stick. Further down we've got Louis being passed by Kalik. So Louis starting them softs, and he's actually going to the pitch straight away, is Louis. So everyone will move up a place. But at the front, extend it still harassing that back end of Michael, and this is allowing his teammate and Neo to get involved in this battle. But up at the front, this man here, 1.4, well, it was 4-second lead. As I said, on his day, he's unstoppable. When he gets a lead going and he gets consistent, that's it, game over. But Michael will not let that 1.4 second gap scare him. But he's got two Saubers off Extended and Spine, so it's currently a Ferrari 1-2, Sauber 3-4. We've got Neo, the lone Toro Rosso, in 5th place, looking to attack on these guys. But as I said about the Ultrasofts, first couple laps they are fine, but as soon as you get to lap 4, 5 and anything past that, then the tyres will start to go off, and you'll see the soft runners of Jim, Kalik, Cantera and Gary and everyone else start to catch. And Falcon's actually opted for the mediums. I didn't actually catch that, but hopefully Falcon lets his teammate Mitch pass, who is on the harder softer tyres, so this should be an easy move for Mitch. I know these two communicate up at the front. We've got Killer Blue and Gary going into battle. Gary's going defensive on Killer Blue. Killer Blue making that move stick. Gary is going to try down the inside. Yes, he is, but Killer Blue defends it quite well. But back up at the front, Michael's got a little bit of a, it was, but Extended is now going to have the luxury of DRS as well as ERS. Let's see how much he's got. He's got half a bar of ERS, as has Spine. Michael has used quite a lot of his actually, but Haribo again doing a fantastic job. Excuse me. Out at the front of the grid. But Neo looking to attack, and he actually goes for the dive bomb on Spine. I think Spine read that Neo was looking to do that, and Neo with a fantastic move there. Good racing from Spine to give him the space, because that could have ended a lot worse. But that little battle has allowed Extended to keep with the 2 runs, and actually Michael's caught Haribo by an absolute age, and Haribo's car is all over the shop. I said this in qualifying, over 1 lap Haribo is unstoppable. I don't think I've seen anyone quicker over 1 lap But in the race, you just get this. You get someone who can't really show the same confidence as he did in qualifying, and I think Haribo is going to have to give up that place to his teammate. But look at him extend it. He's going to get a double toe. This could get nasty. Michael will have to go defensive. Oh, Michael can't. But extend it down the inside. Terrible camera angle. Still a terrible camera angle. And McSendit takes the lead. So from third to first in one straight. Fantastic from McSendit, and Haribo's coming into the pits on lap 3. So them, as I said, them Ultras are dying, and it's showing here with Doom now down the inside of Skeven. Again, someone else who's very quick, but in the race just makes silly mistakes and does indeed end up retiring. But back up at the front, Michael McSendit going into battle. This has allowed Neo's spine, and look at Doom. He's only about a second and a half off this battle, so this is all to play for, and it's only lap 4. And I think Doom, but spine's gone deep. Doom, is he going to get the traction on them fresher soft tyres? No, he isn't. Spine using them ultra softs to his advantage, but Doom is a man on a mission today. I haven't seen Doom look so competitive in a while, and just look hungry for potentially a podium or even a race win. But Haribo has actually come out at the back on the soft tyre, so Haribo's going for an aggressive 2-stop here today. He's made that clear about Lambo and Gary going into battle. Lambo and Gary both all over the shop, as you saw Gary going off the track, and Lambo cutting the corner. But it's going to go on board with Quintero. Skeven now under attack from Kalik. Skeven tries to give him the squeeze. Kalik says, no way, Jose, let me go past. Quintero as well with a double toe goes down inside of Skeven. Them ultra softs on that Renault are absolutely cooked, but Skeven will have to go a lap or 2 more if he wants to get the mediums to the end of the race. Let's see if Skeven pits. Skeven does not pit. Yes, he does. So Skeven pits. That now releases the rest of the soft runners. So you've got Mitch up in 8th. Falcon, as I said, opted for the medium, so I don't think that's a great strategy call from Falcon. Let's see if it pays out for him in the next coming laps, because them soft tyres will start to die. But back up at the front, McSendit leads from Michael. Got a bit of a buffer to Michael. Michael's got a bit of a buffer to Neo, and Doom, look at that, soft tyres. He can see the leader. Doom is on for a fantastic result today if he keeps his composure and keeps it all together. I know what Doom's like, so hopefully this man can keep his composure together. That pad. I feel sorry for pad users this game, I'll tell you that for one. But at the moment, Doom is looking quite strong here today. Fastest of the soft runners, obviously with Louis getting wing damage. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite a good, I think, been a composed start from everyone on the grid. But we've got Mitch now on the back of Killer Blue. He's going to go for it. I think he is. He tried to. Killer Blue did go deep as well, but Killer Blue making that Renault break as late as he possibly could. But we've got him extend it in the pits. Michael carries on for another lap. I know Michael's very good on tyres. And Doom now up into P2 and a second behind Michael. So this man is a man on a mission, as I said. It'd be fantastic if Doom could get the win. Okay, so Decky just said Haribo is on the pad, and P3 to P7 are all on pads as well. So it should be interesting to see what these guys do in terms of. And Gary, Skeven and Louis. So I mean, Louis is, a good 6 seconds from the nearest competitor being Skeven, but he's on the softs. So again, Skeven not going for an aggressive 2-stop, but watch out for him maybe by the end of the race, because these guys who are going ultra soft medium, their tyres are going to suffer. And you can see here Doom 4 tenths behind Michael as he comes around the snail section. He's gone on board with the Spaniard, who's on a mission to get a win. I mean, he's got the pace to, he's got everything in the locker to get a win he just gets really unlucky or just gets caught up in silly incidents. But Michael going defensive. I don't think Michael can fight this too much. This June will go to the inside. And I think Michael backed out of that. I think he knew that that was a game, set, and match. And I think Michael might actually pit this lap. So let's see if Michael does indeed pit. June takes a net lead. Michael does pit. Katera now up into P3. So we've got Williams 1 and 3 here on lap 7 of 28 here at China. And Michael will let's see where Michael re-emerges in terms of his teammate. Michael puts on them medium tyres and he will quite comfortably go to the end of the race. Haribo coming down the last corner, and it's got me quite, no it's not, extend it, goes by. Now Michael needs to get out from this battle. Ooh, it's going to be close. Skeven's there as well, and Michael does indeed get out ahead of Skeven, but Skeven going to go down the inside. No, he isn't, thinks better of it, but them mediums are going to be pretty cold, and Skeven's been on them tyres for 2 laps now, so them soft tyres are nice and warm, and he'll be able to maybe shoot it around his outside. But Michael goes down the inside, and I think Skeven has actually got that place he has, so a good move from Skeven, taking advantage of Michael's cold mediums. But you can expect Michael down the back straight. If he can stay with Skeven, then he'll definitely get that place back. But in terms of who's in a good position for the win, I'd say Joom, Kalik, Cantera, Killer Blue and Mitch are all in a good position for the win. But Mitch again looking to attack Killer Blue and still not able to get past the Renault of Killer Blue. So we've got one Renault doing bits and the other Renault on an aggressive 2-stop. So hopefully Skeven can shift up them positions and help his teammate out maybe later on in the race. But look at this Lambo on the back of Falcon. This is something we haven't seen before. Falcon and Lambo going at it. Is he going to go for moving to turn 1? Excuse me. No, he doesn't. But on the medium tyres, you'd expect Falcon by now to be on the pace, but their mediums just ain't really anywhere compared to them soft tyres. And Haribo's actually 10 seconds behind this battle, so I don't know what's happened to Haribo, but he needs to get a move on because he is on a 2-stop, and everyone else ahead of him I think has to stop again. So I think effectively he is the net lead, as I've got a nice little battle here. Lambo almost losing the back end. He's done 7 laps on them soft tyres, and if the back end's already like that, it's not going to be a good day for the McLaren driver, who's one man in it here tonight, as Odems, as I said earlier, can't make it. So I hope he can get some decent points, but you can see the back end of that McLaren does not want to stay in, and Falcon, surely this is his chance now to make a move on Rick. He'll have DRS, ERS and slipstream, so 3 components. He shoots straight past him. Rick can't really defend, and that is Falcon up into P6 with a 4.5 second buffer to his teammate, who's currently fighting for the lead. And Cantera going wide into the pits, and does indeed start to pit, so we might see Joom in at the end of this lap, because I think these two do talk together in the party. But Kalik showing great pace as well, as is Killer Blue, to be fair, so it's good to see. And Mitch as well, from where did he start? Let's see who's been the winners and losers of this. So right, how do I get this up? So we've got Killer Blue and Kalik on 10 places gained, Mitch on 6, Joom on 8, Falcon on 9, Rick with 5 and Lambo with a 9. But all of the top 7 need to pit again, including Haribo needs to pit again anyway, so the top 8 will need to pit again. Everyone below Haribo should be able to go to the end. So again, it's going to be a good and interesting race, as we see the gaps on the screen. Skeven's caught up to the back of Neo, so let's see if Skeven can get the move done, go back to that battle. But up ahead we've got Lambo on Rick. Lambo's actually lost the place to Rick, I think, so he was battling with Falcon, as Lambo opens the DRS. Rick does get DRS, and Rick does defend this one against Lambo. I feel like Rick knows he's of the same pace of Lambo. Ooh, but Lambo almost going to the back of Falcon. Rick holding it, but Lambo getting the move done round the outside. Yeah, Doom into the pits. So it doesn't want to stay up too long on them set of softs, because it is just allowing, not even, I won't say Harry, but I say extend it, getting an undercut. But there's yellows in sector 3. Who is that? Oh, we got Michael and what's happened to Michael then? So Michael's coming to the pits again. So Michael must have got wing damage while under braking. So Michael would have to pit again from another set of mediums. But look at this. Quintero coming out just behind his teammate. So Williams are looking very, very strong here for, well, a double podium. So it's good to see the two Williams guys finally getting their heads down, but it's only lap 10, still 18 laps to go in this Chinese Grand Prix. Up at the front, you've got Calic and Killer Blue and Mitch all within the same bit of track, so we'll keep an eye on them gaps. But still behind, we've got Lambo now, ready and waiting to attack the medium runner of Falcon, who's excuse me, still got a long way to go on their medium tyres if you want to get them to about lap 15 or 16 to bolt on a set of softs. But Neo and Skeven, I think that was Neo getting past Skeven, but going back to the front, Falcon and Lambo down the inside. Oh, they get tight, they get very tight, and I think Lambo might have that move. Down the inside, he's had to give that back to Falcon, but he should get a better run out of the last corner. He does. He's gone board with Rick. See what he sees as Lambo round the outside he goes. Oh, good move from Lambo round the outside into turn 1, but Falcon back down the inside. Again, this could get hairy. Oh, a little bit of contact, nothing too major though. No car's got no damage, and I think Lambo has indeed got that move done. He has. But watch out for Falcon, who's going to dive down the inside, I can assure you of that. He is. And Falcon looks up the brakes. Doesn't really give Lambo that much space, but it is legal. And Falcon does get back past. So Lambo will be a man on a mission again to get back past that Mercedes of Falcon. So while the gaps are all petering out, but we've got Calic down the inside of Quintero. Terrible camera angle, and Calic actually makes that move stick. So we're going to stay with this battle actually, but oh man, Lambo and Falcon again are getting quite close. I'm going to stay with this battle while I quickly get a drink. Where you saw Lambo try to go to almost a bit of a dive bomb, but I couldn't. Lambo pits, Rick pits. Quintero and Calic still battling, but Calic down the inside. That was a very late move from Calic. I don't think Quintero could have done anything different there. And Quintero gets the move done again on Calic, but all this battling is allowing Mitch, Neo, Spine and Louis to come back in this race. Now this man had a wing change at the end of lap 1. That would have added at least 5 to 10 seconds onto his pit stop. And he's now in P11 on 10 lap old mediums. If he can get these to the end, then it will be a fantastic achievement for him. But look at this queue. It's like the rush hour on 25. We've got Calic wanting to get past Killer Blue. Killer Blue not really defending. And oh, a little bit of a lock up from Calic there. Pushed Killer Blue wide. And Skeven's out, so Skeven has retired from this race. And it is Falcon who leads with Haribo in the net lead. But going back to the battle with the traffic jam on the M25. It's being caused by Calic, Killaboo and Quintero. Oh, battling, but Quintero's lost the back end. No, he manages to save it. Good save. Mitch down the inside, locks up both brakes. And nothing doing for the Mercedes driver. But I'm going to go back with Killer Blue because Calic will be regretting that decision to overtake Quintero. Killer Blue, sorry, as Killer Blue back down inside to go on board with Quintero. See what he sees. Skewin has left. Kalik trying to get the switch back. Oh, there's VSC. Now, will that change things? Falcon is... Oh, that's unfortunate for Falcon. Will people pit? No one is pitting. I thought Louis would have pit, to be fair. But Louis does decide to carry on. So while this VSC does indeed happen, I'm going to have more of my drink. And that's it. Well, I had one sip of my drink now. Now the race is going again. So no one decided to pit. I'm surprised Louis didn't take the opportunity to at least pit and try and bolt on another set of mediums or even set of softs. But look at this up ahead. Oh, we got a spin out. We've got Quintero spinning. And now Quintero has indeed called it a day. And that allows Louis back up into the points. And he can go after this battle now. So I don't know what happened. I didn't catch that. I caught from Louis' point of view just a Williams spinning. Excuse me. But yeah, I didn't really get to see what happened there. But other than that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars all within a second of each other. Let's go on board with Kalik, who's not really been able to keep with Killer Blue this lap. So I'm going to go on board with Mitch to see if he can get any closer to Kalik, and I don't think he can, because it's just one big DRS train. Oh, we've got Neo down the inside of Mitch. Must have been a late move under braking, but Neo couldn't make that move stick. So let's go on board with Spine, the Sauber driver, who's definitely impressed me with his first opening races in PRL. So nothing doing in the 5-car train. Louis is catching his train ever so slightly as well. I think he caught by 3/10 of Michael Set's fastest lap of this race, but he's all the way down in 15th. Nothing really to aim for him. Maybe a late safety car to bring it back in, who knows. But yeah, Michael's race. Don't know what happened to his race. Just see him off the track with half a wing. So hopefully we find out what happened, and we have reached the midway point of this race. So yeah, I don't know, not really good in terms of action, but I think respect given. I think since that stern word given by the organisers of PRL, I think it's definitely slapped these guys back into shape, and we're seeing some very good racing here today. But up at the front, McSendit now starting to close the gap to Haribo, who went for the aggressive two-stop, and I don't think it's going to work out for him. He's got to at least do 2 more laps. Excuse me. If he wants any chance of getting to the end of another set of softs. Excuse me. I'm still quite a little bit ill, so talking for long periods of time doesn't really help. But we've got Mitch going around the outside of Neo into turn 1. Neo is still there. Oh, that was on Kalik. Oh, that was anticlimactic. But Kalik does defend nicely from Mitch, has to be said, and I think Kalik might be playing a bit of a hold-up game here. But look at Louis. What's happened to Lambo? Louis is now right up involved in this battle. If Louis plays his cards right, he could find himself up into 6th place. I know Louis is very quick, but on old tyres, I don't know if he's got the consistency to go to the end. And with him being on the pad, it's going to hurt his tyre wear even more. But Killer Blue's actually got peace out, guys. 1.8 second gap to Kalik in 6th place. And Mitch, now a man on a mission, he's pitted as well. So has Neo's Spine. And now Louis 6 tenths behind, so this man, he's on a mission. I know Louis quick round here. I know he's got pace, but can Louis get to the end from here? But look at this McSendit on Haribo, caught the back end of Haribo. I think just let him by. I think Haribo will have to pit now, surely, he would have done the numbers and seen what his tyres were on now. I bet 50-55%. He needs to pit now, and he does. So Haribo pits for his final pit stop, and Falcon still hasn't pit, so Falcon's still going in this race. So Falcon looking to get a strong result here, but look at this. Still got a 5-car train. I think it's turned into a 6-car train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kalik putting on a defensive display of a god right now to keep Mitch behind him. But early standings, I think Mitch is the guy to beat in terms of the standings. I think Mitch is actually winning the championship as it stands. But behind them we've got Louis. Look how close he's getting to the back of that Sauber of Spine. It's going to be interesting to see how these two battle. These two I don't think haven't seen each other on track yet. Of course, this is Louis' first reserve race in PRL, so this race doesn't really matter for him. But I'm sure he'll not want to end anyone's races. But look at that front left tyre. When he goes around the corner, you can see the wear beginning to arise in that front left. You can see there just a dark shade in the centre of that front left. Everywhere else on his tyres, I think they look quite nice. But look here, fast swooping left-hander, the Snell section. The wear is beginning to show on that front left, and he's still got 12 laps to do. I don't see Louis going to the end from here, if I'm honest. But up at the front, we've got Mitch now going down around the outside of Kalik. Kalik locks up for his worst. Mitch goes deep, and Kalik is allowed to keep P5 for now. But all this battling is allowing Killer Blue to get an almighty jump, on Kalik. But Mitch is looking to go down the inside this time into turn 1. Kalik's going to hold it round the outside. Whoa, that was close. But Kalik switched back. Ooh, not much room given from Mitch. But Kalik able to keep the car. Mitch now up into P5. Good racing from the Mercedes driver. And now will Neo be barking team orders into Kalik? Will he be telling the team principal to let him go and let him battle Mitch? But behind them, they've got to think about Spine and Louis. A bit more so Spine, because I don't see Louis going to the end. Looking at our front left, each lap I look at it is getting worse and worse. But I don't think Louis will be looking at his tyre wear. But look at this, the battle for the lead. They will net lead once Falcon pits. Down to a second. So can Doom win this race? I'd like to see him win a race. I think everyone watching this would like to see him win a race. Because I know Doom is, just an overall nice guy. Does deserve to win races. Got, as I said earlier, got the pace to, but he closes back to extend it. Oh, getting very close under braking there. But back down the M25, we've got Louis. Still can't get past. I think them mediums are definitely going off for him. But look at this. Falcon is in the pits now, so we'll see where he comes out in relation to this battle, which is effectively for 5th place. As Mitch now got a bit of a buffer, as Kalik still behind Neo, not really giving much of a fight to his teammate, and Mitch defending that 4th place for his life as Haribo sets the fastest lap, and Louis is in the pits as well, and he's bolted on a set of softs, and that is a very slow stop, and he's out now. So Louis back down to 13th. So hopefully Louis, the last 10 laps, can catch back up. But I think all eyes are going to be on Haribo and Falcon, as these guys have got the freshest tyres, and they're not that far off this battle. So as I said, go back to the M25. Mitch now the man under pressure from Kalik, Neo, Spine, and maybe Lambo. But Lambo, again, that back end doesn't look planted. He hasn't looked comfortable in that McLaren all day long. Whatever they've done to set up that car, they've done it wrong. I think Lambo is paying the price here today. But going back on board with Spine, he'll be one relief man to see Louis in the pits. But I think Spine and Neo might be following him in the pits in the next couple laps. But up at the front, we've got Doom going for a move and extend it and making it stick. So Doom takes the lead of this race, and extend it, still in with a chance to win this race. Neo gets a 5-second stop, go for corner cut, and that must have been on hairpin. I for one can say that I know exactly how he's got that, and hopefully that gets removed, because that's just another BS 5-second stop-go penalty. But up at the front, Doom able to hold on to first place. I think I'm rooting Doom on here. I want him. I'm pushing his car. I want him to win this race. Be a much deserved win for the Spaniard. I think long time coming as well. I think this win, if he does get it, will definitely give him a confidence boost in his other leagues, and we might now be able to see the Doom that I once knew, because of this man on his day. He was an absolute animal, and hopefully he can bring home the win. Further down, we've got Mitch in fourth. Solid drive from him, it has to be said. Done very well, and I think as the current championship leader, putting on a very solid show, and proving why he's leading the championship as it stands. But behind them, Neo, right up behind Kalik. Kalik locks both wheels. I think at this point, Neo will be screaming to Kalik to let him go. Whether these guys talk, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting Mitch and Falcon to talk, but I heard that they do. So we'll see. I think Neo's called in for it. He's weaving on the straight. Will Kalik give him the place? I think Kalik's got Kalik. Looked like he was going defensive, but Neo down the inside. Oh, he's hit Mitch. Wow. Mitch got no damage from that, and for all his trouble now. Wow. Neo does indeed pit. That is terrible racing from Neo. Terrible. Wow. But now Mitch has to get back past Kalik, and Falcon sets fast up. So Falcon's not far behind this battle, but I think the race win for him is just out of question here today. But again, if Falcon can get a solid result, then the Merc boys would have done well to get back in with a shout. Neo does indeed pit. I think that's for a new wing as well. It is. So his audacious dive bomb definitely didn't help, and that's what gave him wing damage. I think he just wanted to get the move done on his teammate, but he's too far back to even go for a move on Kalik. And when he saw that he was just going to lock up, he then went straight into Mitch, who I don't think will be very happy with that, because he now has to get back past the guy he took so long to get past in the first place. So it's going to be interesting to see if Mitch is able to pass Kalik again. And yeah, we'll see now as we've both come through this now section. Kalik looking like he's got just a slightly better exit, and up at the front, Doom has been able to break that second barrier. So as I said, Doom is a man on a mission today. We all want him to get this win. I want him to get this win. He's deserved it for a while now with the pace he holds, and at the moment he's doing a fantastic job. But behind me we've got Falcon and Rick going side by side. Falcon round the outside. Fantastic move by Falcon, who last week, as I said earlier, he'll be one to definitely keep an eye on. But he made that move stick and got a 3-second penalty going wide at the last corner. So maybe Rick will know that and not try and go for a move on Falcon. And again, back to the M25, not rush hour traffic this time. I'd say about a 10-minute delay. Lambo, Spite and Mitch all within the same bit of track, and Kalik as well, sorry. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, almost a 6-man train. If Falcon can close that gap and bring Rick with him, then we could be seeing a 6-car train, and then it will be back to rush hour on the M25. Down that back straight, we'll see who can get the move done. But at the minute, I think Mitch is closest to Kalik. And I tell you, like, Lambo's quite close to Spine. But that McLaren, as I said, doesn't look hooked up today. And I think Lambo might be ruining his mistake with what he chose for setup, as Kalik tries to break the toe, but just can't. Mitch just isn't able to close, and I think since that contact with Neo, I think Mitch just might be conserving his tyres and maybe his fuel for one last attack on Kalik towards the end of the race. But at the back, Louis going past Gary. So Louis, again, wing damage and 2 stops, so nothing going in his favour tonight. He's got a 9-second gap to make up to Haribo. Excuse me. If he wants points, I don't think he's going to get that tonight. But solid drive for Louis for staying in the session and trying to get a point, or maybe even 2 points. Who knows? Someone could retire. I mean, we've only had 1 retirement, that being Skeven, because of, what was it because of? Wing damage, I'm going to say. But yeah, everyone else is carried on. But up at the front, Doom now, 2-second advantage. 6 more laps for the Spaniard, and he will get his win that he's been searching for so long. This will be a fantastic achievement for him, and at the moment he's doing a fantastic job. But I'm extended as well, don't count him out. I mean, he has done a fantastic job here today, but 16 laps on their mediums, and everyone else around him are on 10, 11 laps old mediums. So extended might start to lose touch with Doom, and then he'll have to think about the guys behind. But at the moment, Killer Blue on for a podium. So I've been impressed with Killer Blue's pace here today. I know last season he had great pace, but to be on a podium and have sort of be in no man's land, but on lap 23, not really under threat from anyone. It's good to see from him. But Spine looking to attack the Mercedes of Mitch. Is getting the toe. Mitch goes defensive. What will Spine do? Will he try to hang around the outside? He does, but he does back out of it. So he's going to try and get a better exit out of turn 2, I believe. And I think Mitch has just got enough of an exit there to keep Spine behind. But at the back we've got Michael and Neo now going side by side. I have missed that, so that might have been into the last corner. And now Neo finds himself in plumb last after his audacious dive bomb when his teammate, and he did indeed collect. Not collect, but hit Mitch, who luckily got no damage from it. But now we are seeing rush hour on M25 once again. Lambo all over the back of Spine. So that McLaren now looking like he's used to it. That back end not really kicking up as much. But I think through here that back end kicking up might help him to get a better turn in. But you can see Spine just getting enough of an exit to keep Lambo behind. But look at Lambo, who's closing ever so slightly. So this is just pure downforce. I think Spine's going for it. Lambo's going for it, sorry, not Spine. Spine gives him the space, and now Lambo will have to run out the last corner. He's already got the outside line, but is he going to be searching for that inside? Yes, he is. Spine leaves the door open, so down the inside goes Lambo on Spine. Spine will have to go back down the inside. Bit of a switchback move, and Lambo keeps the place and moves up into P6. But behind them we've got the Mercedes or Falcon on them fresh softs. You can see how much quicker he is, just pure traction alone. Spine defends the inside, Falcon round the outside. Bit of contact, nothing going though, and I think Falcon will get that on exit without a shadow of a doubt. Spine losing 2 positions there from Lambo and Falcon. Good move from Falcon there, especially considering the last couple of races he's had. I think the organisers will be very happy with what's been on show tonight. But other than that, not really much going in terms of battles. Spine and Falcon, I mean, I know Falcon's just got past, but Falcon is a man on a charge, and he could even attack maybe his teammate towards the end of the race. Okay, so I just saw Mitch. I think Mitch is saving the ERS actually, and Lambo's closing in. Oh, he looked for it. He looked for the dive bomb, and there's Falcon right there. So Falcon, although he started on the medium tyres, he's definitely in with a shout of 5th place. But will team orders come into it? Because of course Mitch and Falcon both in the Mercedes. Mitch at the moment in contention for the title at the minute. It's only round number 3. Still very early days, anything can happen. So hopefully we see an almighty battle between these two. But I know Falcon's going to want to get past Lambo as quick as he can and attack his teammate and then get up into 5th place, and then maybe even attack Calic. Who knows? Calic's only just up the road from Mitch, and you can see Falcon gaining ever so slightly on Lambo, but all of our Lambos has got the DRS over Mitch. It's not really going to help Falcon now, so Mitch might have to put his foot down a little bit just to ensure Lambo gets no DRS, but I think Falcon will be okay and should get that move done. Look at the run Lambo's got on Mitch. I think Mitch might be doing a bit of a hold-up play here as Lambo goes right round the outside. Mitch tries to break as late as he can. Mitch leaves enough space and Lambo round the outside gets the spot. Good move from Lambo there. And now Falcon, will he be asking his teammate to move or not? Who knows? But Mitch is coming right back at Lambo. Lambo lets him through. Tries to go back down the inside, but Mitch defending that superbly. And now we've got Falcon right up behind Lambo. So I think that battling has helped Mitch and Falcon out. And now Lambo finds himself in a Merc sandwich. Will Falcon go for a dive bomb? Yes, he will. Down inside goes Falcon. Lambo will keep that spot just off traction alone. So Falcon not getting a better traction on them fresher soft tyres. And Lambo keeping the spot. So I know Falcon and Mitch are talking to each other right now, so whatever they're thinking, they're going to want to get rid of Lambo so they can both finish in 5th and 6th place respectfully, because again this battling is allowing Calic now to say peace out to the guys behind, and I think Calic will breathe a sigh of relief. But Lambo always gets a better exit than Falcon. I realised that Snell section. Falcon's right behind him up until that point. And now Lambo going for round 2 on Mitch. Is he going to go for a dive? Mitch does defend. Excuse me, Lambo going for a bit of a switchback. Trying to get a better traction. But Lambo can't do it. Let's watch it from Falcon's point of view. Excuse me. As Lambo now, come on Lambo, down the inside or round the outside. He's got no ERS, so he's not gaining as much as Falcon is. Lambo can't get past, but Falcon sniffing for that inside. Oh, that's stupid. That is stupid. Falcon did indeed help him back onto the track, but still, stupid racing. fair play to Falcon for helping him out, but still, it's just not really what you want to see. Falcon back down the inside of Lambo. Lambo will hold it around the outside, but this time Falcon giving him a bit of a squeeze and does indeed get out place. So I'm glad Falcon actually managed to save that for spying. But yeah, as races go, this one has been very, very good in terms of battling and giving each other respect. But with that little collision, that's allowed Mitch to get out of DRS zone, and now it's going to put Falcon under pressure again. Lambo has got more ERS now, so he should be able to attack that Mercedes of Falcon. And he'll have to DRS and ERS. He's using it, he ain't going to be close enough, surely. Oh, he does brake later though. So Lambo will know that. He'll know he can brake later. But look at this, Rick and Spine going side by side. I think Spine right round the outside, he does. And look at that, look at the front left on that. And the right. Oh my god, them tyres are absolutely short as we go into the last lap. 23 laps done. But look at this, Lambo getting back past Falcon. Falcon looking for that inside again. He's going for it again, and oh, that's almost twice now. That Falcon has done that. So Falcon, just calm down, man. Last lap of the race, you've done well. But look who's behind, Spine and Rick going side by side again. And now Spine losing out to Haribo, who's come out of nowhere. and Falcon can't get the move done on on Lambo, so Lambo does indeed stay in P6. I kind of don't want to move off these battles, but I have to, because Doom is rounding the snail section for the very last time. All he's got to do now is navigate that hairpin and he should be fine. Michael sets fast up in the race. Irrelevant now because it's just literally no man's land. But I'm going to go on board with Doom just a minute. I'm going to see this battle quickly. Haribo will get the move done on route, but it is Doom who's going to come across the hairpin for the final time, and it is going to be the Spaniard who collects the race win here at China. Unexpected winner here. He's happy. Everyone watching's happy. Doom collects the win. McSendit, another fantastic second place for him. Killer Blue almost catching McSendit actually. Finishes third. Calic in fourth. Mitch will come home in fifth. Lambo in sixth, and Falcon in seventh, with Rick actually defending off Haribo quite well there towards the end. So Haribo does indeed overtake Falcon, and Louis does score. Just as I said that, Falcon finishes ninth in the end. Spine, who did indeed get a puncher there, front left. Louis in 11th, just missing out on points. Gary in 12th. Neo 13th. Michael in 14th place. And can't see who just commented there, but Michael will come home for 14th place again. Not a lap, not a race. A race he'll want to forget for sure. But the Spaniard Doom, a race he'll never forget for a while, I don't think. As Michael crosses the line. So it is the Williams driver who chose to use Brendan Lee's face. And it is Doom who collects the win with McSendit and Killer Blue with a fantastic podium. So we've got a Spanish, American and British driver. So different nationalities rounding out the podium. It's good to see. And I'll do one quick final rundown of the order. So we've got Doom winning the race, 25 points for him. Extend it in second. Killer Blue round out the podium. Calic in fourth. Lambo in fifth. Mitch in sixth. Rick in seventh. Good race from him. Haribo in eighth. That two-stop, not really doing him any justice. Falcon in ninth again, starting on mediums. Excuse me. Not really doing himself justice, starting on the mediums. Spine collecting the last point, who did get a puncher, so I'll be interesting to see what happened to him. Louis, who did indeed get wing damage on lap 1, finishes in 11th. Gary in 12th. Neo 13th, and Michael being the last runner in 14th, and Quintero and Skeven retiring from the race. So it was an interesting race. But yeah, other than that, not really much to say. Driver of the day, Doom, hands down. Definitely Doom. You know, just the pace he showed, and the fact that he won the race and actually finished his accomplishment in itself. But that's been PRL China. I do believe the next race is Baku, so join me next time, same time, maybe on the PRL channel if it gets sorted out. If it don't, then it will be back on this channel. And yeah, I'll see you next week for Baku at 7 o'clock. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.